Hello. Welcome to this live show. Yeah, as I said on the title, sorry for my messy hair and stuff. But it is quite early still, it's like 9:15. Trying to make my hair look better by doing this. It's probably making it look worse. It's cold. I don't know if anyone's going to show. I've just rubbed some Vicks Vapo around my nose and on my nose and under my nose. Oh, it looks very shiny. But my sinuses are really bad. I went in our loft yesterday for about an hour. Me and Nathan went up there, and it's quite dusty up there, and it's like, it's really got me. Hello, Rebecca. Good morning to you. Rebecca Snowden says, good morning. Hope you had a lovely Christmas. Thank you, Rebecca. How was your Christmas? And good morning to the lovely Jenny MC. I'm just trying to get my glasses out. Hope you had a nice Christmas. How are you? Yeah, you know what? Christmas, apart from like a little row with my mum, anyway, um, was really, really good, really fun. We just had a lovely time. I had too much stuffing. That sounds wrong. Now I need to have my, yeah, too much stuffing balls, which also sounds wrong. And I give myself a bit of indigestion. So I was on the Gaviscon. I think most people probably had a bit of Gaviscon on Christmas Day or Boxing Day. I'm just opening my glasses. Hold on. Oh. Okay. Going on. Sandra Davis says, lucky girl. You're being cheeky. But no, Nathan, whenever he has a roast dinner, he has stuffing balls with it. And back in the day, I never liked stuffing balls, like ever. Like, I was just like, ugh. And then like the last few years, I've quite liked them. So this year he'd done these big stuffing balls, and I absolutely loved them. They were so like, oh, just so nice. And I ended up eating them obviously on my Christmas dinner, and then like an hour or so later, I was like, oh, I'm burning. I've got heartburn. Oh, but they were tasty. Sandra Davis, hello. I like Christmas. Yes, it was a chilled one. Yeah, I think, do you know what? Like, I think when you're a kid, Christmas is just out of this world exciting because, you truly believe there's this magical man and he brings you presents. And I mean, when I was a kid, I used to literally sit at the window during the night. My mum and dad would be asleep, and I would just go up and sit at the window, just staring out at him behind the curtain. Never saw him. Funny that. Or did I? But I think as you get older, it's a different vibe, and I think especially if you've lost someone or you've got emotional stuff going on, I think sometimes it can be a bit like, "Oh, everyone seems happy apart from me," kind of vibe. But I think you just got to make the most of it, make the best of it, find positive in it, try and be happy and enjoy yourself as best and in any way that you can, kind of thing. And that's what we did. We had a nice time. We got up, like, we were a bit childish because it was like 8 o'clock. And normally on a day off from work, we have a late, get up. And me and Nathan both like, should we get up now and open all our presents? And he was like, we'll do it in about half an hour, about 8:30. I was like, okay. And then we both kind of laid there. And then within like a couple of minutes, it was like, let's just get up now, let's do it. And we like kind of run downstairs, literally like children, and sat and opened our presents. And it was so fun. And it kind of brings you back that inner childhood, do you know what I mean? And yeah, it was really lovely. So we both got some lovely presents for each other and had a laugh. You always get your silly novelty stuff as well, which makes us laugh. I think Nathan's weirdest present that I got him, he looked so confused. I got him a bag of dinosaurs, like toy dinosaurs, not real ones clearly, but he likes dinosaurs. And I saw him in a charity shop, and they were like these little figures. But after he realised what they were, he was like, "What is this?" Because I don't know if you all do it, but do you ever like feel the present? Just want like guess to see if you know what it is. And he's like, "I have no idea what this is." And then all these faces of these dinosaurs come out in this big Sainsbury's carrier bag. But what we're gonna do, we're gonna like put them in the garden, like a little scene. Should look pretty cool. Might do that today actually. Um, Sorry, I'm jabbering away and I'm not reading comments. Let me look back what you're saying. It was hectic. My little sausage dog was crazy. I honestly think animals know it's Christmas. Like, I know that's a bit weird, but I do. I think they know something, whether it's an energy or a vibe or the presence. I don't know. But I do think animals feel something. Even Wilma, my goldfish, she's got a little Christmas tree in front of her tank, and she's got a pink tinsel. It's true. Um, did you get many new books? Well, it's weird because just a couple of days before Christmas, I was vlogging, and I went to Waterstones to pick up a book that I'd ordered that had come in. And when I was there, I was like, oh, well, I'm filming. I might as well walk around the shop, and ended up getting like 4 books. So I kind of treated myself to Christmas books. I'm very surprised no one got me Waterstone vouchers. Every year people say, what do you want? I'm like, Waterstone vouchers. And every year my dad gets me Primark vouchers. Um, which, look, I'm not going to complain. A voucher's a voucher and I'm grateful. But I don't know, when it comes to Primark, I used to absolutely love Primark. I got so much stuff in there. Every other week pretty much I was in there getting new stuff. And number one, I don't buy as many clothes as I used to. Um, but number two, like I think for me, Primark kind of gone downhill a bit. Maybe it's my age. I don't know. Everything just feels like really young looking and really cropped and short, or it's the opposite and just so baggy and so long. Um, and they just do so much Disney stuff. Like, don't get me wrong, I like Disney, but it's like every time I go Primark, it's like Disney, 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 Disney everywhere. Or whatever show is trending, like Stranger Things everywhere, or and I was like, I just don't really get that much in there anymore. Um, I think I went in there over Christmas time, and I think I just spent like £1 on some lip balm or whatever, like, or socks. So yeah, I was like, oh, I've got 15 quid now to spend in Primark. Um, so I just keep it in my purse, and whenever I'm in there, I like their sweatshirts. I do like their sweatshirts, and they seem to fit me well, and I like the designs they do. Maybe if I go like next week, there'll be the sales on, so I might find something cheap. But yeah, it's just, when you say, when someone says to you, what do you want for Christmas? And you're like, Waterstones vouchers. And they're just like, here, have a Primark voucher. It's like, I don't want that. Like my dad, I know my dad loves Marks and Spencer's, so I got him a Marks and Spencer's voucher. So I don't know. I'm just being an ungrateful cow. But no, I am pleased. No, I'll just keep it in my purse, and if I find something, I'll find something. No, no, it's free. Um, oh, look, other people are saying it as well. I can't stand Primark anymore. Primark has gone downhill. Yeah, I find it really hard to buy things. As I say, I used to go Primark, and it was always like, uh-oh, I'm going in at Primark. This ain't good. My purse is not going to be happy. Now I go in there, I'm like, yeah, I spent like £2 or something. Like, it's ridiculous. They're Bridget Jones big knickers. Yeah, I mean, I have had some Primark knickers. And another thing for me, which is a problem with this Primark, our old Primark that was in the, was it? Yeah, in the Royal Shopping Centre. I love that one. But this one is in like the High Street, and it's a massive Primark. They opened it this year, I think it was, or last year. And, everyone's like, oh my God, it's amazing. It's so big. It's so big. And yeah, everything that I'd like used to like looking at, like the makeup, the homeware, um, different bits and pieces of pajamas and stuff are upstairs level. Only problem is you can't access them via the staircase. The staircase is only for staff, and you can just use a lift or an escalator to get up there. And I'm terrified of lifts and I'm terrified of escalators, so it's a bit like, so every time I do want to, like, say, look for pajamas or something or bedding or whatever, I have to go to a member of staff and be like, excuse me, can you take me up the staircase? And like, it's all security thing, obviously, so they have to come with you. And it's just really awkward. I'm like, oh, I can't be bothered. So I end up just not going up there. But yeah, I like the tracksuit bottoms. I like the sweatshirts. I like some of their t-shirts are nice fit. Others are just really, really short and cropped, as I say. Unicorn Magic, hello, how are you? Hello, 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 hello. Um, oh, don't. That's horrible, Rebecca. You fell down an escalator once. I used to be absolutely fine on escalators. Like, I went on them as a kid, teenager, adult, didn't bother me. Just didn't care. And then one day I was in Basildon. Ironically, I was in Primark of all the shops in all the world. And I remember, I think I was rushing around probably, and I had my bags that I'd been shopping with and that. And I stepped on the escalator right at the top, and I think I must have just lost my footing, and I nearly went down. Um, I don't know how, I must have like grabbed onto the kind of sides and that, and I stopped myself falling and kind of worked myself back up. But it terrifies me because I was that close to like going down the stairs kind of thing, or the escalators. So I think that kind of fear stayed with me for a bit. And then it just got worse and worse and worse and worse and worse to a point where I just don't go on them anymore. I have tried, this year I did kind of battle my fear and went on the ones at Sports Direct. But as soon as I get on it, I literally get vertigo within the minute. Like, I'm all right when I get on, and then as it gets higher, I start to feel really off balance. Like I literally feel like I'm going to faint and pass out, and it just makes me feel weird. Anyway, my lace got caught in one of the gaps. My auntie was trying. Oh no, pull me up, but I kept rolling. Oh god. Oh my god, can you imagine falling down on them, kill you? Well, this is the thing. Like, I think my dad's seen an old lady fall down an escalator because when he went to Marks and Spencers with Jan, that's his partner, there was like this old woman laid out on the floor in front of the escalator, like she'd fallen. I mean, she was alive, but he said it was really horrible and it freaked him out seeing that someone could fall down because they are, look, they're moving staircases. All right, scary. I know, it's horrible. Anyhow, let's not talk about phobias because it'll set my anxiety off. Does my phone seem clearer to you? Please let me know in the comments. Does it seem like clearer visually, sound wise, everything? Because this is my new phone. The vlogs that you'll be seeing going on this week will still be on my older phone, but obviously I think the last two or three are on my new phone. I was very, very stupid and dropped my phone, my actual normal phone. Me and Nathan had gone out for a wander one night, and it was the night when there's like a bit of icy kind of frosty stuff on the floor. And basically, I was trying to stupidly get some footage of beautiful Christmas lights in people's windows, and my hand just went. I don't know, maybe I was really cold, I don't know. And my phone just fell out of my hand onto the floor, pavement smashed the screen. Um, I thought, oh, I'll be okay. No, it'll still be all right. I've seen people who smash case like phone fronts before. No, the whole thing went blue. It was flashing. It was no saving it, which is really sad because I really love that phone. But very lucky. Literally a week in, I think, yeah, 2 weeks before, I was due my upgrade, and so I had my new phone all sitting ready in a box, waiting for me to use it. And around Christmas time, funnily enough, I was going to start using my new phone, and because obviously I'm not good with technology, and it makes me a little bit anxious to kind of use new things. Um, but I was like, no, I'm going to use it right. Nathan was going to show me how to do, the new phone and put all my apps back on. And I had to obviously quickly change over to my new phone, which to be fair, I have to say, big thanks to Nathan because he did put all my apps on, signed me into everything. I can't remember any of my passwords really, which is terrible. And he also showed me how to use it, but it's literally like all the others. I think when you use Samsung, like Android phones, well, any Android, everything feels and looks pretty similar. So I think I'm catching on to it, but it's very clear. It's really good, I think, for photos and videos and stuff. Hey, Lee. Hello, hello. Lee Barnard. Hi, Laura. Hope you had a lovely Christmas. Thank you, Lee. And hope you and your lovely partner did as well. And hi, Palm93. Good to see you, Palm93. How are you? Um, so yeah, no, it was a lovely Christmas. I really did, as I say, enjoy ourselves. Like we got up early, we opened our presents, we went round our normal Christmas walk, just like round to the shop and just round the block. Really, it's so weird being out on Christmas Day because like there's just no one really about. But it was really nice actually. There was one man, and he was a Muslim man, and I don't mean it. I know because there's a mosque literally near where I live, and he was in his Muslim mosque wearing clothing. I don't know the exact terminology for what you call. Anyway, we know he was a Muslim, and I'm walking along in a Christmas dress. Nathan had a Christmas jumper, and I know this. Maybe this sounds really like emotional, but I was like really touched because he turned around, looked at both of us, smiled, and said, "Merry Christmas to you both." And it was just so lovely, and we were both like, oh, thank you very much. Obviously, we didn't say and to you because clearly he was going to go into the mosque, but it was just, to me, it's like such a big thing because it's such a nice, like, mix of cultures, mix of faiths, and it was just really nice. It was really lovely. It made my day, actually. I was like, that was so nice. And not just because, like, obviously the faith thing, but also because a random stranger would just say, Merry Christmas to you, like, and just smile, and that was lovely. Yeah, maybe I need to get out more. I don't know, but I thought it was a nice thing. I should have turned around and been like, well, actually, I'm Jewish, but thank you. But no, I didn't say that. I just said thank you. I mean, I'm walking around in a Christmas dress, so my dad was laughing yesterday because because he come around on Boxing Day, so I give him his presents, he give us ours and stuff, and he was like, "You're always going about being Jewish, and you've got a bloody Christmas tree here. There's decorations everywhere." I was like, "Dad, sharp." No, at the end of the day, I was raised very multi-faith, kind of, it's a weird mixture of being raised. Mum's side of the family Jewish, so I had all the Hanukkah, Christmas, obviously, because my dad was Christian. Well, he's Christian. Well, he's atheist now, but anyway. So I had Christmas and I had Hanukkah, and because they were both kind of completely non-religious, as they got older, I didn't have any like religious-y stuffs. Um, as I was growing up, I kind of got into a bit of this and a bit of that. I thought I was a pagan for a long while. I'd done lots of witchy stuff. Thought I was, well, I still think I'm a bit of a witch, a Jewish witch. But yeah, I was into like pagan stuff, and yeah, it was. I think we have to explore our faith. But now I'm kind of happy with a bit of this, bit of that. Overall, I feel Jewish, but I do like celebrating Christmas and reading tarot cards. So, bit of a weird mix. Um, lots of Muslim families do put up Xmas trees. Yeah, this is the thing. Like, I actually see on Instagram, like, I follow a lot of like Jewish people, like celebrities, like Vanessa Feltz, etc. There's others that I just can't remember at the minute, but there's so many Jewish celebrities that I follow and celebrities who are Jewish, and they're putting pictures up in their Christmas jumpers, their Christmas trees. I'm like, okay, so like me, you're openly Jewish, you talk about Jewish issues and stuff, but yet you're also putting up Christmas trees. So I'm not the only one. Oh, sorry. Right, hold on. Let's read the comments. Nice guy. Yeah, he was a nice guy. Very nice. Um, even if we don't associate Christmas to religion, yeah, it's still a festive time of the year. Exactly. It is nice and festive, and I don't get any religious thing from Christmas clearly, but I do get just this sense of warmth and fun, and just like it's just lovely. Like, I really love Christmas. And I feel really sad when it's over. I'm like, when January's there and you've got to go back to work and you're like, "Ugh, here it all goes." I don't like that feel. I think January's probably like my worst month because everything's just like the fun's kind of over and you're back to reality. I can't stand it. But then I look forward to February because it's Valentine's Day and I like that. So it's not all bad. My son's girlfriend is Muslim but decided to spend Christmas with us. Oh, that's cool then. That whole kind of mixture of faith is lovely, I think. Would you like to visit the Promised Land, Israel? 100%. Apparently it's only 4 hours away on a plane, even though I'm terrified of flying. Um, yeah, I would love to go there. I'll be honest, I'm a bit scared because there's obviously so much conflict out there, and there's always reports of this and this and this, and it's really sad and scary. But I would love to go there. It's like if I had a list of things that I'd love to do, like 100% that'd be in the top five. Like it just for a spiritual reason and the history and the people and just yeah, of course, I'd love to go there. Um, but it's just sad there's so much conflict and so much so much hate between people, but there's also so much love between people. And it's really interesting because all you see on the news, right, about Israel is the fighting and the hate and that. But I watched this, well, me and Nathan watched this guy called Relaxing Walker. He's on YouTube and he's from Israel and he just walks around Israel and it's kind of like a walk with me video. And you get to see all different sites and it's so relaxing to watch, literally, but it's also interesting. And when we watch the videos, you'll literally see, Jews, Christians, Muslims, atheists, whoever, just all Jews, all walking together, working together, laughing together, smiling together, like holding hands together. Like it's so different than what the media show. The media show the worst in everything, and out there, I think there is a sense of community as well. So I'd love to go there. Is the answer. What month are you going on your little break with Nathan? Well, hopefully, like it's all about money, is it? It's about saving up for stuff. We want to go to Colchester this year. That is our little thing that we're really excited about. Because I just love Colchester, and I've never never really stayed there. I've just kind of been through there or gone to the zoo and come back that day. And I think this will be just a nice little, just a couple of days of being away together and somewhere different. There's so much in Colchester as well. There's so much history. There's the castle, there's the shops, there's the zoo. Like there's a nice hotel there. So like I think that's going to be great. I don't know when we're going to do that. Um, but we definitely want to do it. On the first little trip we've got planned is just like a little day trip. And that's a good start for me to kind of get back travelling because obviously I haven't travelled since we went to Kent. And I do get anxiety. So I think that to go from nothing again to like is just it's too much for me. It's too much. So I think to start off like as a day trip, we're going to go to a place called Battlesbridge, which is in Essex still. It's only like I think it's about 40 minutes or something on a train. And sorry. But yeah, so we're going to go there for the day, and it's like an old antiques area. If you look it up online, it's really interesting. It's called Battlesbridge Antiques, and there's all these antique shops, and it's just really unusual place. It's like really chilled, quiet, in the middle of nowhere, and it's just really, I don't know, it's really nice. It's magical. All the antiques that are there, and all that history within those antiques, and yeah, I normally get bits and pieces. Nathan does that you can't find in like regular shop. And because we're going to go for his birthday, I can get him some birthday presents there that he chooses. Um, for example, like he loves like collecting coins, and they've got like an old retro toy shop there as well. So it sounds good. Yeah, it is. It's a nice place, Battlesbridge. Scratch card lady, hello. Morning, Laura. Hope you and Nathan had a great Christmas and Boxing Day. Thank you very much. Yeah, the more you can do that, Laura, the better you'll get used to it and it will help you. Yeah, I think the last time, this year was a big thing for me because, I'd not been on a train for years, literally. I hadn't been out of my little bubble for a long time. And I think to go straight in at the deep end was too much. Also, this year I've discovered that 90% I have got autism, high function autism, which I know people don't like that saying, and I understand why. But I just keep saying that because that's what I was officially told. That's how they worded it to me, Laura. You've got high function autism, so that's why I say it. But I do understand and appreciate why people don't like that kind of terminology of it. Um, but yeah, so this is a kind of understanding of why I do, panic and stress out about things, and it's like a sensory overload for me, like all that traveling and being away from home, being in social situations. It all kind of happened at once, and it just took over me. And even when I got back and I was back in my hometown and that, I still felt very stressed about the situation because my head was still dealing with everything that had gone on. So yeah, big overload of different issues really. So I think by doing it this year, little trips and often, well, whatever we can afford, will be the best bet because I do not want to be put in a situation again where I'm just like, right, bam, you got to go 3 hours away now. I'd rather do and then do, and increase it each time. Lee Barnard says we'll be visiting the charity shops and book. Oh, will you be visiting the charity shops and bookshops in Colchester? Possibly. Of course, I will, Lee. Come on. You're a regular viewer. You'll know that I'll be in them bookshops and charity shops. Um, Sometimes like I just like looking in shops. I don't actually want to buy anything, but I actually enjoy the process of looking at stuff, like especially bookshops. I visit like all these little old bookshops and stuff. I'm not really into kind of classics or anything, but I really enjoy looking and feeling the energy of like bookshops. For me, like a bookshop is just home. That sounds so nerdy, doesn't it? But it's true. I just love being surrounded. I love looking at bookshelves and bookcases filled with books and just the smell of the books, the look of them, just like everything, the quietness, just love it. And a library, obviously. Library and bookshops make me feel like at ease. If I'm feeling stressed, I'll go in a bookshop and I'll be like, okay, I'm a little bit calmer now, just walking around the books. But yeah, I want to see the castle. I've never seen the castle. And there's a massive tree at the top apparently on the castle. If you look at Colchester Castle online, Essex Colchester Castle, there's this massive tree that's on the top of the castle. It looks beautiful. So I'm looking forward to be there. Laura, has there been any more spooky things happening in the home? Oh, Sandra. There has been so much activity in the last week. Um, and yesterday we caught a amazing EVP. I really want to listen to it on my laptop actually with earphones because I've only like we've listened to it on the phone, but we've not heard it through the laptop and maybe enhance the sound a little bit if I can. But it's just so much been going on, literally. Like we were sitting there yesterday morning before my dad come round. We were both in the bedroom just chatting, and I kid you not, we both heard it sounded. The only way I can describe it is like a rock had been thrown at our wall. So we were just like, what was that? And he was like, I don't know. And we're looking around, has anything fallen? Nothing had fallen, nothing had moved. We were on the bed, we were nowhere near the wall. And so I got my phone out. I was like, right, I'm just going to see if I can communicate. See, Nathan tells me not to do this because it encourages it. So he's probably right. But I still do it because I'm an idiot. But I got my phone out. I was like, was that you who, threw that or made that big bang? And you hear in the recorder on my phone, it goes, yes, yes. We can't work out if it's a woman or a man. We are feeling it's a man. It does feel quite a deeper, yes. Ooh, it's creepy thinking about it. I don't know what that was. The other night we were sitting here, there was a massive bang in the kitchen. Went out there, nothing had fallen, nothing was anywhere had moved. Then that bag over there, if you can see there, that's Nathan's Christmas present stuff. And we were sitting there watching TV the other night, and all of a sudden it literally started like rustling, like someone was in there having a look around. And we were both looking at it like, and it just stopped moving. Really, and it sat there all day, like we, put that bag on there since Christmas morning. Really weird. Yeah, there's been some real activity coming on, and I don't know if it's because it's kind of like the festive time, or I don't know. We don't know, but it's kicking off, so we don't know. But as I say, Nathan says don't interact with them because yes, it could be grandma, granddad, or my auntie, or a family member, or it might not be, and you don't know who you're dealing with, and he's not wrong because it's scary, and it's all right at the moment because they're both here, obviously off work. But as soon as they go back in the office, and I'm on my own here on a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, um, it's probably not a good idea that I start messing with stuff like this because then I get scared. I mean, it must have been a week or so ago. I was on my own in the house. I was getting ready to go and meet Nathan, and I was having a wee. Anyway, I was on the toilet. Let's word it like that. And I heard the most almighty pound on the wall next to me. And bearing in mind, I'm sitting on the toilet. There's a wall like here. Well, not here, but it close to me. And I did what I had to do, and I just ran down them stairs. I was so scared, locked up, done all my OCD checks around the house, and then I was gone. Rung Nathan, I was like, I just heard a bang, I just heard a bang. No idea what it was. There's no one here, it's just freaky. So I should really stop messing around. Looking for the presents. Talk about presents. Today's video, because this is just a random little live stream, is going to be what we got for Christmas haul video. I filmed it last night. Sorry if I look a mess in that video. I wasn't planning on filming it last night. I was going to do it like today and kind of like dress up a bit, put a little bit of lipstick on. But Nathan wanted to go through his presents, what he had, sort out where he was going to put stuff, and um, yeah, like go through. I made him like a retro sweet hamper. So I want to look what sweets he had in the hamper because he couldn't actually see all of them. And so he's like, Bob, do you mind filming the video tonight? And that way I can do the thing. I was like, yeah, of course. So I look super scruffy in the video. But yeah, it's what we got for Christmas haul. So you can see all the stuff. Well, not all of the stuff, most of the stuff we got. I think I missed out a couple of things. It got to the end and I was like, oh God, I forgot this and I forgot that. But you can see a bulk majority of things that we got each other. My mum gave me some money and she also paid towards this new phone, which obviously helped me out a lot. I got her like lottery tickets, scratch cards. I think she won like 14 quid on the scratch cards we got her. Yeah, it was a very difficult day with my mum yesterday, but I won't go into that. Well, not yes, well, a little bit yesterday, but Christmas Day, I don't know, literally from the minute she got up and come downstairs, she was talking about housework. I'm whispering, so I don't want to do it, but she's like moaning about housework, and I was like, Mum, it's Christmas Day. I'm not doing housework. Or make sure you do this, make sure you do that. Could you this? Could you do that? I'm like, no, stop it. I'm not doing that today. It's Christmas. And then she kind of improved her mood a little bit. I asked her if she wanted some selfies, like, Christmas photos. She's like, no, I don't want any photos. I was like, yeah, just, she's like, I've got no makeup on. I was like, it doesn't matter, you're my mum, who cares? Like, just put a bit of lipstick on then. No, no, I don't want any photos. Like, okay. So there's no photos of Christmas Day for me and her. Obviously, there's some with me and Nathan and stuff, but, and then she cheered up a little bit more. We've done the crackers. We also did the last night, the Hanukkah menorah candle light up, because we'd had that at the same time as Christmas. And we sat and me, Mum, and Nathan tried to do like this little mini puzzle thing together. That was quite funny. So she was all right. And by the evening, me and Nathan had both gone upstairs. She was watching her soap operas, and she come up like 9:30, 10, and we were just like chilling on bed. We was watching a show or something. I can't remember. And literally, she went in the bathroom, and then she just starts swearing and shouting, and I'm like, what's I see? All right, what's going on? Yeah. I was like, what? Hey Gemma, lovely Gemma's Journey Grace, good to see you. Thanks for our shout out yesterday, by the way, on your stream. I appreciate that. So yeah, she starts shouting. Apparently, I had to use her towel, which kind of gross. I don't really want to use other people's towel. Um, and yeah, I was like, what? I didn't even know. There's me, like half asleep, chilled out. I was like, oh, sorry, I didn't know I used your towel. It must have been put on the wrong hook or something. You fucking. I was like, calm down. What the fuck is wrong with you? Like, why are you shouting? She's so angry. When we come downstairs, we actually saw, because for Christmas, I did get her some chocolate, which is probably a stupid thing, but she eats it anyway on the slice, so what's the difference? And I bought her a box of chocolates, like fries chocolate things, and I thought, it's a little, assortment box, and she could have one a day or one every other day. And she'd polished off 2 bars, in the same day. And she'd had the trifle, which has obviously got sugar in. And I think her diabetic levels must have just gone high. I don't know. But her mood was changed within hours, not for the better. So, yeah, it was a bit of a slanging match for about 10 minutes of her shouting at me and me going, look, I didn't know I used your towel. I would not willingly have used your towel. I've got skin issues. She's got skin issues. I would not want to share anybody's towel. Even Nathan's, like, you just want your own bath towel. But she was not having it. She was just shouting and shouting, and it was crazy. I was like, look, I'm going downstairs. I'm not having this. And the day before, she'd shouted at me because I'd turned the toaster on the wrong number on the dial. I have my toast quite light. She has it high, like a bit browner. And I'd put it on the lower light setting kind of thing, and then I'd forgot to put it up to her number. And so obviously when she's gonna have her toast, she's bloody hell, you've touched me toaster again. I'm like, calm down. Why are you shouting about this stuff? Like, oh. So I'm struggling with her at the moment. And then yesterday when my dad and Jane come round, normally we have a good laugh, but I mean we did. 4 of us did, but she was just like doing the and everyone else go, you all right? Yeah. Yeah, I'm fine. Like, I'm not speaking horrible. I know it probably sounds like I am, but I think everyone on camera just sees the mummy 123 side that she shows and that I show. But behind the scenes, yes, she is like that sometimes. She is fun, and I love her to bits. She's my mum, and I'm a mummy's girl at the end of the day. I'll always be. But she's not always what you see. And I think she kind of portrays me to people like, oh, she's this, she's this. I am a messy bastard. Bastard. I'm a messy bastard. I am messy. Um, but I also do all the housework every week. So swings and roundabouts. Um, she says that I don't really sit downstairs enough. I don't really make much effort to sit here. But every time I sit here, she's either got a soap opera on, which I hate, or a game show. And I can't stand them either. Or like she's just nagging. Have you done this? Have you done that? When are you going to tidy this up? When are you going to do this? When are you going to sort that out? And I can't be dealing with it because I have to think of my mental health, and she just really stresses me out sometimes. So I'm thinking, when she's in a good mood, and we're chatting and stuff, it's fine. I could sit down here with her for an hour or something, have a chat, have a laugh. But she's just not really like that. Um, she's more kind of moany and naggy, and look, she's been through it with health. She's got issues going on. Who's the one looking after her all the time? Me. I do everything. Obviously, Nathan helps me as well, but like, when she was in bed for like nearly 3 weeks, I was doing all her meals. I was taking everything up every 5 minutes. Can you bring me up a tea? Can you go to the shop and get me this? Can you do this? I was doing everything. But yet somehow, because I'm a bit messy, or a lot messy, I'm like the worst daughter in the world. And she just wants to swear at me all the time. Then she's like, starts saying, what I spend my money on. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't do drugs. I'm quite a clean living girl. Um, and I think the only thing I really waste money on, if I'm honest, is books. I'm a bookworm. I love reading. Reading calms my mind. Reading entertains me. Reading makes my soul happy. I know it sounds a bit emotional, but it's true. And so, yeah, I do buy books, more books than I should, because I've got loads I haven't read and I still buy more. I admit I've got a problem with books, but that's what bookworms do. I'm not the only one. You see all these girls and boys and theys and anyway, who who do like book hauls and that. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, everyone does that. You buy more books than you really should. But she's like, why do you waste your money on books? And why do you? It just literally feels like I'm 15 being nagged at, and I was just like, no, can't bothered with this, and I just walk away and then get told off for walking away as well. um, I'm a carer for my dad, Laura. I live with him, and it can be hard work, I tell you. Yeah. Um, Hold on, Bob. Could it be that the entity bothers her in her sleep? Have you asked her? Don't answer my question. Cross the line. No, that's okay, Bob. Hi, by the way. Welcome. She's not into paranormal stuff at all. She doesn't believe in it. She doesn't. We tell her, like, oh, there's stuff in the house, and we've played her like things, and she's like, no, can't hear anything. Don't want to know. Not interested. So doesn't mean to say, yeah, that they can't affect her moods. I'll give you that. Just because she doesn't, believe in it, they could still. She's never seen anything. She's never heard anything of a paranormal nature. But it was just, it was so horrible because it was Christmas Day, and it's also embarrassing as well. It's also embarrassing as a 43-year-old woman that I am, even though I act like I'm 12, to be kind of told off and shouted at in front of your partner. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, obviously, me, Nathan, and Mum, we live together, we work together. Like, we've got, overall a good relationship. But it's still embarrassing. It is embarrassing. And especially as I kind of try at the beginning to be like, let's stop it, calm down. There's no need to shout. But the more she shouts back at me, I get irate and then I start shouting and I get angry and I can feel myself, like my heart starts going, my anxiety trips in, and it's just, I just don't see the need for it. Like, all she has to do, like, if she's not happy with me, is just talk to me like a normal person and a normal voice level and just go, Laura, can you not, if you're going to do the toaster, can you put it back? And if I have made a mistake and forgot to put it back to the right number, I'd be like, oh, you've done it again. And I'll be like, oh God, sorry. You don't need to swear and shout at me because I've not put the toaster on the right number. Anyhow, and as I say, when my dad was here yesterday, normally she's quite loud and stuff and joins in, but she was just, I don't know, it was kind of felt like, it was like a kind of attention thing, like I'm going to sit here and be quieter than normal, to prove a point, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. As I say, we're all a bit, I don't know. It's hard, but I wasn't going to let her ruin the Christmas day. After the round, me and Nathan just come down and we had a laugh, we had a little dance, we been silly, we played some games and that. We just had a laugh. And I was not going to let it ruin the rest of our night. And then yesterday, me and my dad and that, we still got, had a laugh and stuff. So, and the weird thing is, like, my dad phoned me afterwards because she dropped him home, and my dad was like, "Oh, your mum was okay in the car on the way back. She was chatting that." I was like, "So why is she selecting who she's friendly with and happy? Like, if I'm in a bad mood, if I'm sad, if I'm emotional, if my depression's kicking in, I'm moody and depressing with everybody. Like, I don't just think, right, you I'm going to be happy with, you I'm going to be sad with, you I'm not going to talk to. I'm just like, do you know what I mean? But it's kind of like she'll have a shouting match with me, and then I'll hear her on the phone half an hour later with her mate going, yeah. I'm just like, why can't you be like that with me? Why can't you be more fun and not moany? And she said something really horrible the other day, which really pissed me off. And she was like, something like, when I die, I hope you'll feel bad and I hope you'll cry. And, I was like, fucking hell, it's so horrible. It really got to me. And I was the next day, you know, we was talking again and stuff. And I was like, what you said was really out of order. You should never say that to someone because that could stay in my mind. It has. It's like, oh yeah, sorry, so I shouldn't have said it. But then the next day she's nasty again. So it's like weird. It's a weird situation. But as I say, people on my channel, they see her as funny mummy and she's, and that is a side to her. That's the side I get on with the best, the humorous side. But for me, I'm like a little bit like a psychic vampire. If I'm around someone's energy, I kind of pick that up. And when she's in a fun mood and happy and chatty, like I'm fine. But if I think she's in that nagging, negative mood, I can't be around her because she just brings me down. And for me, it's so hard to keep myself positive and happy. And, I mean, like I've done this with friends in the past. I had a friend who I'd known since college, and she started to get very kind of, everything was negative, everything was bad, it was moaning all the time. And I found myself whenever going around there just feeling really depressed and sad when I come away from her and negative, and I just had to take myself out of that situation because it was really making me feel crap. And, you might think, oh, you're a really selfish person, Laura. Maybe I am. But you've got to think for yourself in this life as well. You've got to put yourself first. That's what they all tell us, all these gurus and self-help people. Like, you've got to put yourself first, you've got to love yourself. And if people are around me who make me feel crap in any level, I just don't want to be around them. Which obviously makes it difficult when it comes to my mum, because it's my mum. Um, and I think, it's a tricky one, like, because I do care about her and I hate seeing her in pain. And but a lot of the time as well, I think what irritates me is she just doesn't do anything to help herself, like with her weight. And she's diabetic, she's got issues with her weight, she doesn't help herself in any way. After she had the hip operation, she was meant to, start walking, exercising to build the strength up. Didn't bother. I remember saying to her, when you're better, mum, when you've had your operation, come out and I'll walk with you around the block. We'll have a little walk and that. Yeah, yeah, I will. Never did. Never's gonna. Not interested in changing, I don't think. So that kind of winds me up. And just, I'm sitting moaning, but it's also like I know I do things to wind her up, and also we haven't got anything in common anymore. For her, um, sorry, let me just say hello to someone. Ex, sorry, I can't even say that name. Xrot Bill, is that? I'm so sorry. I can't say your name properly, but hello. Um, yeah, I'm not perfect. And when I was younger, obviously me and my mum had a lot more in common. I used to watch all the soap operas with her and, just sit here and veg out watching those with her, all of them, like 4 a night, just sit there. By the way, there's nothing wrong with just sitting watching soap operas. I did it for years and it makes you happy. It's all good. But for me personally, I just got bored with the same storylines. Um, and I just wasn't enjoying them. Like I just like, oh, this is boring. I think as I got older, I was like, I don't really want to watch EastEnders and cry. And also the storylines got quite depressing and dark, and it wasn't good for my mood. I was like, this is, someone's been murdered, someone's having an affair, someone's. So I stopped watching soaps. I got more into my reading. And then obviously Nathan moved in, and me and Nathan had been together like I think a year or two before he moved in, I think. And so it was really a struggle because he used to live in a place called Basildon and work night shift. So we had to really kind of, have quality time together. We'd have like 2 days together out of the week, and then he'd have to travel back. And sometimes we'd go like over a week and not be able to see each other. And it was really sad. Like I used to get really upset and depressed about it because I'd miss him so much. And obviously he moved in, and it was so exciting, like having someone who you love, who you've got so much in common with, and you're with as a partner. And yeah, I suppose I did kind of spend more time with him because it was a novelty, it was exciting. And also, as I say, we've just got more in common. We like watching the same sort of shows, and we're into the same things. We both like reading. Obviously we've got our own solo hobbies and our own interests that we watch about and read about, but like we've still got a lot in common. And so yeah, I suppose I did spend more time with him. But I find it hard. Like, as I say, when I'm around her, she just brings me down a lot of the time. Apart from the odd time when she's in a good mood and like, yay, my mum's back. Yay, this is my mum that I know from when I was younger. And then like an hour later, it'd be like, did you put the washing away? Did you tidy up? Did you put the rubbish out? Did you put the... And it's like, blah, 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 at me. And I'm like, oh, it just stresses me out. Talking of ghosts, my partner says she can smell tobacco smoke. Oh, in the air. Yeah, we've had stuff like that, actually. Her late father was a smoker, but we don't. Oh, okay. She thinks her dad is around her. We can't explain it. Do you know what, Lee? 100%. If you're getting phantom smells, that is a sign they are there. Especially if it's a smell that you can 100% like associate with them and that no, you don't. Um, like the smoke, definitely. It's got a strong smell that you know. We've had it where I've been sitting here and I've smelt Elnet hairspray, which my grandma always used, and none of us use hairspray. So that's, you know, it's like, how can that be explained? Anyone who doesn't believe in it, I'm sorry, how can that be explained? Um, Laura, we understand. I feel very under pressure with my father. He's quite Victorian in his ways, hardly talks, doesn't show emotions, just watches TV, and I guess he's just old school. Yeah, bless you, Sandra. Yeah, I get you. It is hard because it's our family and we love them. Um, it's just for me, I get really upset about it. Even now, talking about it upsets me because me and my mum used to be so close. Like, literally, we'd go on holiday together, just me and her, you know, when I was a teenager. And, you know, obviously, when my dad left, it was literally just me and my mum, me and my mum, me and my mum. But, like, we'd go for meals and stuff, we'd go out for drives, like, we'd go shopping. It was just, you know, I had so many years of a great relationship with her. And then in the last, I don't know, 5 years, it's just got worse. You know, sometimes I get so stressed on a Sunday night because I know that on the Monday I've got to go and work and it's just me and her in the office on a Monday. And I dread it, which sounds really awful, but I literally, because she just either doesn't really talk to me because she's working and just, I don't know, just doesn't want to talk to me, or she'll be all right for the first hour and then I'll know that second, third hour, she'll be like, oh, have you sorted out that? Yeah, have you do? Are you gonna? When are you gonna film some videos? When are you gonna tidy this up? I'm like, oh, no, stop it. I wish it wasn't like this. And it's ironic that I'm having more laughs with my dad in later years than my mum because I just didn't get on with my dad that much when I was younger. Well, when I was a kid, I did. I adored my dad. You know, my dad used to always be the one to take me to the library every week, pretty much. We was at the library, and I loved that. And he used to take me to like Peter Pan's, which is now Adventure Island. He used to take me walks on the pier every week, on the little pier train, everything. Like he used to always, oh, the park as well. But when I got like teenagers, my dad become a little bit different. He become a bit nasty. Um, him and my mum obviously for years had lots of issues, and he would shout at her, and I'd see him get. He never ever physically hurt her, but he mentally hurt her, and to see that as a kind of teenager was not, and as a kid as well, was not nice because I just saw my mum as this kind of sweet, fun, bubbly woman, and he was just bullying her and shouting at her and making her feel like crap, and I just thought, oh God, this is awful. So I kind of went off my dad the worse that got. And then he started to be nasty about my weight as I was putting on weight. You know, at 11 years old, he sat me on the floor in the kitchen and said, sit down, we're going to have a talk. And then he just said, right, Laura, you're fat. You've got to do something about it. And I was like, "Uh," and that, you know, all these years later, I can still hear those words. So it stayed with me. After that, I developed anorexia, I developed bulimia. I've had constant, you know, paranoia about my weight and body shape and image for years. So I just didn't really get on with my dad. And then we found out my dad had cheated on my mum. They split up, and I didn't talk to my dad for a long time. And when I did, it was not great. It was really quick and short conversations. And then I think over the years, we kind of built up a bit more of a kind of relationship. And then he got very, very ill, and he went into a diabetic coma out of the blue. He didn't even know he was diabetic. And I think at that point, it was like, oh God, my dad, you know, could have died. And I think we kind of bonded a lot more. He become a softer person. He made more of an effort with me. He kind of just changed a bit. And yeah, after that, we kind of carried on being closer, and like, we talk every day on the phone. We have a laugh, we've got more in common than we ever did. And I suppose from my dad's point of view, when I was young, all I wanted to do was go out clubbing and pubbing, and he was like, "Come on, you've got to grow up. You've got to get someone. You've got to settle down." I was like, "Don't want to. I want to go out clubbing." And I think once I got with Nathan, and I was in a committed relationship, I was more settled. Um, and growing up, I think he kind of had more respect for me. I suppose I don't know, but I just feel like me and my dad have a good bit of banter. We have a good laugh. We have a good chat, and me and my mum are just like going the opposite way. It's so weird. But then again, my dad can say hurtful things to me now and again. Recently he said something about, I said something like I was having hot chocolate, and he's like, "Oh, that's very fattening, that is." I'm like, "Oh, don't start." And I always feel like he looks at me as if to go, "You should lose some weight," which is not nice. So I think for both the parents, there's issues. But for me personally, like I do have a lot of paranoia that they just, both of them, don't get me. They don't particularly like me. They love me, obviously, and I've always been very spoilt, and it's been amazing. But I do honestly think they just, like, if they knew me as an actual person and we weren't related, they probably wouldn't want to talk to me. They think I was a complete freak. Um, you know, which kind of gets to me a lot. It does upset me. And I feel like with Nathan, he's the only person who gets me 100%, 99%, because there's always a bit of myself that's a bit no one gets. But like, do you know what I mean? Like, he really gets me, he understands me, and he understands that the things he's not interested in that I like them, and he respects that. Whereas I think my mum and dad are just like, you know, but it is what it is. I think what's upset me is, finding out about the autism thing. I tried to kind of explain to my mum and dad what it was about and why I am the way I am, and it kind of explains a lot of things, even from my childhood, that I was, doing and saying and thinking and acting like, but they just, I don't know. My dad's a bit like, "Oh, you shouldn't label yourself, blah, blah, blah." My mum's like, "I don't really understand. What is it?" I'm like, so, at least Nathan has, knowledge of autism, and he's, you know, learning more things about it to help me cope with certain things that I, have and do. I just, yeah, I don't know. It's just hard. It's just hard. Sorry for me rambling on. Has anything happened in the last 5 years that would cause that? What, me and mum? I don't know. I think, look, obviously me and Nathan are together a lot. Three of us in the house, and we're together all the time. And, well, I say all the time, like, I'll go out on my own shopping, and he'll be playing the Switch or the Xbox, or obviously during the week they work together in the office. I'm on my own. So we're not all like together all the time. But like, I don't know. I think there's a bit of jealousy there, maybe, in the way that we're like a couple or something. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know. Maybe, as I said, she feels like I don't really spend time with her anymore, and she's not wrong. Like, I'm not saying she's wrong, but as I say, if I'm going to be around someone who's moaning at me negative, and I just can't be bothered with that. I don't need that. I just want to be around positive people, and that's why I am around Nathan more. Not just because I love him as a partner, but because he just doesn't moan at me. He just lets me get on with it. I'm like, if I've bought 5 books, he doesn't go, "No, no, no, you shouldn't have bought more books." He's like, "Oh, okay, what books you bought?" Or if I'm filming, he doesn't go, "Oh, that's weird." He's like, "Oh, whatever, enjoy your filming, hope it goes well." And I think that is the thing. If someone makes me feel good and nice to me, I'm going to want to be around them more. It's a tricky one. It'd be a tricky one. But anyway, I don't know. It's just sad. I hope this year me and mum will, I don't know, patch things up. I mean, we're not rowing all the time or anything. I mean, obviously the last couple of days haven't been great. But in general, it's just that kind of awkwardness. I think it's more awkward than anything. I think she looks everything I do in a negative way. She doesn't take in all the good that I do, all the good that I help her with. Like, if she's been shopping, doesn't matter what I'm doing. I could be upstairs, I could be asleep, I could be watching a show, I could be filming. I get this call. I'm back from shopping. You have to bring in the shopping bags. They're too heavy. Doop, 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 doop. Down I go, put it all away for her. do the housework every week, look after her when she's not well, go and get her stuff when she needs it. She forgets that and just literally thinks, oh, Laura's really messy. There's mess everywhere. Ugh. So I don't really know it's going to get any better because, yes, I can tidy stuff up, but I'm just generally a messy person. But I've always been a bloody messy person. Like, it's not a new thing. It's not like I've suddenly thought, oh, I'm in my 40s now, I'm going to be messy. I'm just a messy person. Bob says, curious, what is the title of the book? What you like the most? Well, my favourite book of all time is The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. Talking about books, this is my current read. I started it yesterday. It's called Nine Liars by Maureen Johnson. It is actually part of a series, but I've only read The Box in the Woods. You can read them as standalones, so it's fine. But yeah, it's really good. It's like a two-time, what is it? How do I word this? Dual timeline story. Some of it's set in the 90s, some of it's set more recent. But yeah, it's quite good. Quite enjoying it. I don't think it's as good as the last one, but it's, to be fair though, I was reading it last night and I was very tired, so I'm going to reread that last chapter because I can't really remember much about it. But before that, I was enjoying it. So yeah, that's my current book. On Christmas Day, I was reading this collection of short, like Christmassy winter stories, like middle grade, and it was really sad because, like, in this whole collection of short stories, there were two that I really loved, and I found the rest of the stories were just terrible. But I always find that with short story collections, there's always a couple that you really like, and the others are just like fill-ins. They're like, they're right, they're okay, or they're really bad. But yeah, I wanted a Christmassy read, and luckily in December I had read quite a few, Christmassy books, which I wanted. I didn't want to not read Christmassy books in December. But I just didn't want to read everything Christmassy. So I fitted a few thrillers in and stuff and a romance. So it was a bit of a mix. But I must do my Books of the Year video. I've already got my list. So I've just got to film it. But I wanted to wait to the very end of December just in case there was any that I read in the last week of December that I just loved and wanted to put in the top 10. But I don't know. I think it's not going to change my top 10. I don't see any books that I'm going to be reading taking over from them. So I've got to film that. Yeah, monthly reading wrap up. I'll have to film that as well. And hopefully next year I'll film more vlogs, more ASMR channel videos. I'll check out Minxlaura123 ASMR, other channel. And just motivate myself to film more. This year has been really difficult and hard to try and film, whether it's emotional health, physical health, looking after mum, everything. Like, it's just been hard this year, and I don't know, just not filmed as much as I used to. So hopefully next year I will focus on the filming. Anyway, right, I'm gonna go because I really need the toilet. Sorry to be funny, but there we go. Gotta be honest. But thank you for listening to me. I'm sorry that I droned on and got a little bit emotional, but it's to me, like, I suppose I see this as a little bit like therapy, just opening up. And I used to be able to talk about stuff all the time with anyone and everything, but like now I'm just, I don't know, a little bit more closed. I don't tend to open up as much as I used to, and when I do open up, I get really paranoid, thinking, oh, I shouldn't have said that, shouldn't have opened up about that, shouldn't have. But I think it's important that you do need to get stuff out of your mind, and talk about stuff, even if it's stuff that's uncomfortable. And oh, thank you. Yeah, Happy New Year. And everyone have a great, great day. There will be, as I say, a new video going on later, which will be the what we got for Christmas haul. And I will be honest with you, I'm a little bit behind with uploading my vlog. So the vlogs that will be going on the next few days will be set before Christmas. And the reason why that I get like behind is because I put other videos on as well. So like, I'll put an unboxing video on and a shopping haul on or whatever. And so when I put the next vlog on, I'm like a couple of days behind with that. So you will be seeing like pre-Christmas vlogs, but just, you know why. I think if I was a channel that just did a vlog every day, like, it'd be fine, but I don't. I do all different videos. So that's what kind of makes me like a week behind, that you're seeing what I've already done. But I don't mind that. It doesn't really matter, does it, I suppose? But I did want to put the Christmas one on today because, you know, it's kind of that vibe, isn't it, really? Instead of you seeing what I've done last Wednesday, you can see what we got for Christmas. So I'm going to put all the tags in, schedule it and stuff, and just have it going on this afternoon. So if you do want to see what presents we got, watch the video. Hey, Cat Boo, Happy Christmas, Merry New Year. Merry New Year. Happy New Year. Merry Christmas. You know what I mean. Oh my. I hope you all had a lovely Christmas and a Happy New Year to you all. Thank you, by the way, for the support, the friendship, watching my videos, my shows, my, comments you leave me, messages. Like, thank you. You're all amazing, and I really appreciate every single one of you. And yeah, I'm gonna go to the toilet. Please subscribe, and I'll see you all later. Lots of love. Peace out.